Okay, now let's take a quick look at stuff that's happening here. Kill the thugs. Yes. Just hoping, I mean, we had a few occasions on which we got relatively far undercover. Well, I mean, obviously, like, they figured out we were Witcher pretty darn quickly. Oh, it's Igor himself. Igor! I regret to inform you, this is the end for one of us. Something tells me... Oh, excuse me. It ain't gonna be me. Oh, the guard dog. Oh, I don't want to take him out. We have to? I take you out instead? No. Stand down. Sit. Sit. Roll over. Stay. Don't get fried by the igni.
Lost your nerve?
Oh, the dog. Missed our combo there. The one time I actually successfully blocked and followed up. Okay, well, that time I got greedy. Okay, well, it seems like we have no option but to do... Well, that was meant to hit you. I regret to say. Now we wait. There we go. Actually wanted to sidestep you, but sure. Oh, that was gruesome. And then the doors magically open. Can we take out the last one? Because reasons. Okay, this has a key. Okay, that's gonna help us out, I'm sure. Otherwise, we might have been trapped inside here forever. Which, you know, like, maybe we could have gone to know the locals and everything, but something tells me that wouldn't have been great. Now, if we were to look at our map, I'm pretty sure we aren't going to see much useful here. Yeah, it's just going to show us the city. So, that means, take your guess? What does our quest say? Probably just, like, get the heck out of here. Search the arena for information about him. And we saw him. There's that. I mean, he did, of course, see us. So, perhaps not so much in cover anymore, though.
The floor is worn by a moving door. Something behind this wall.
Okay, maybe we can still get some useful information out of this. Do we blast it open? Is that what we're supposed to do here? I mean, other people would not be able to blast open, so I would have to imagine that is not the answer. Is there another way here? Like, I see the red on the ground, yes, but no way to interact with it right now. We're gonna find something else to help us, like, break through it? Or just need to look at this from a different angle? Okay, let's... We don't seem to be able to just walk through or open it like a door. No sign of it being an illusion. Oh, hold on this. Okay. Let's see. It's like a little stash. Something special in that crate back there. Vials, that's not so important. The big stuff. Big stuff is back here. That's maybe still not the best item, but this is what we're looking for. The mysterious letter in 60 crowns is something. What is the deal with the letter? Junior, King Radovid is unhappy with your performance. You were to rid the city of the other members of the so-called Big Four, yet not only do they still live, but they also now know of your role in their attempted assassination. That was not our arrangement. For the time being, hide in the place which the messenger delivering this missive will indicate to you and stay out of sight. His Majesty lives in the hope that mutual animosity between the other members of the Big Four will finish the job which you attempted, yet flubbed so badly. Okay, so Radovid wants them all dead, except, and their gangs presumably dismantled, except for Junior, because Junior was the one he chose for some reason. M. We have any idea who that might be? We know of anyone whose name starts with M? Last name, Marigold, comes to mind. Other than that, not sure. So that's big, of course. I'm sure that Dijkstra will want to know about that. And yeah, that seems like that might be the big thing in here. Of course, we still do need to get out of here, is perhaps going to be helpful. Theoretically, this is... It does say there's a path there, which is strange. I do kind of want to make sure that we see everything in here, though. Which is going to be difficult because there are so many directions. What the heck is happening up there? No, no. People fighting, it seems. Okay, that, well, that's an easy answer. You know what's over there now. No way through there. Suppose could use Witcher senses, but same deal here. And this way might be the same thing. Okay, so at least that makes things far less open-ended here. We know we are supposed to go in this direction. That was the side door. Nothing over here. That means the only way left to go would be through here. This is likely a door that we can unlock, if there was a lock to begin with. But we might find that this just leads us out already. We did, of course, go in the sewer briefly before. Didn't go that far in. There's a chance. Oh. Yours? I think so. These are perhaps the guys fighting earlier. Oh, that's Cleaver. Or at least Cleaver's people here. Junior's people. Fighting against him. So once again, yeah, Cleaver seems to be pretty aggressively going after Junior. What we can tell. Ooh, something else over here, perhaps? What is this? Ah, this is what we get to unlock. Gold ring and message from Igor ×2. Let's check that out. Since there's been some misunderstanding lately about the valuables, and a bit of blood's been spilt for no plowing reason whatsoever, I'd like to reassure you, all the coin is safe and sound in the lockbox. The blind person who thought it was missing was looking in the wrong place. It's probably the stuff that we already took, the 60 crowns and the other note. Walk down the corridor leading from the upper level toward the arena, turn so your back's to the grating, and look to the wall opposite you. Yep. If you've no eyes to see, you'll find what you're looking for. If you have eyes to see, you'll know what you're looking for. Okay. Let me emphasize that Junior's crowns have not been touched, not a single copper's missing. I swear on my own handsome head that they're secure and waiting to be picked up. Igor. Okay, yeah, so can confirm that was Igor's stash, and we have looted it already because we found the stuff. The crossbow bolts we should perhaps pass on. Like you guys were saying before, it's typically not a great idea to pick them up. Hopefully not bad. Okay, so we're up on the higher level here where people were observing before. That's not lootable. This is... some... oh, more alcohol. And I think that's it. You know, dead people, but what's new? So, question then is, how the heck do we get out of here? Oh, there's still more people over here. Perhaps help these guys? Wow, that did precisely nothing. Pretty sure that guy did all the work for us. Pretty sure all of them did all the work for us. Beaver, you got a lot of people. I'll give you that. I did pick up at least some of the bolts. More stuff here? No. More stuff here. Not yet. Okay. Out we go, question mark? Seems like we're getting close now. Yeah. That's where we came in from. Okay. So, I guess, in truth, we didn't need to use our code name. It does still say that there's someone lootable down there, but that's the person that we decided was not worthwhile. So, what is next on the list? Is it meet Roach, or is it check back in? I think we do want to go to Jeekstra, because although we don't technically need to do it for the quest, if we want to play him at Gwent before stuff goes down, I think we want to do that now. because stuff very well could go down at any moment at this point. So he is where exactly? He's fairly close. Let's mark it on our map. It is. It's like here-ish. Yeah, just below that. Those stairs there. If we go this way. Not the sewers there. The pigs are blocking us. What is the most efficient way over there? Do we have to go around like this? I'm not sure.
Granddad's sick.
My strength's gone.
Hoping this works. So down and around this way. Not quite. A little bit further north? Okay. So I think up here. And then... hold on. Wait a second. Where, though? Could be right around here, is he not? This is where we were before. Okay. I at least recognize this spot.
Can I become a witcherette? Oh, please, dare you?
Then it's down here.
Trouble?
And I would think this guy could be a high-stakes player. This might be a tough one, but it might mean we get a strong card. I'm imagining, what if we played him, and we won a match by playing him, the card? We beat him with himself, basically.
What do you want?
So now let's do this.
Ever play Gwent?
I do. Gwent's like politics, just more honest.
Oh,
Care for a game against
guess.
an old master.
old master, you say? Alright, bring it on.
Yeah, let's play.
Let's see what you got. Definitely go Northern Realms. We haven't gotten any cards, even though we've played a reasonable amount of Gwent recently. It's just more coins. Okay, so we go first. We got Decoy. We got the Range nerf. And the Get Rid of Weather cards card. The Buff All the Siege Units card. The If we have another one of these, we get better card, but otherwise we're the worst card in your deck card. A Spy. We do have Philippa. I think this is actually the first time that we've drawn her. She's also a hero, much like Roach, just that she's in the range row rather than the melee row. So, what do we think about this hand? You are definitely not a good idea. You guys are very niche, but under some circumstances could be good. So I think we definitely get rid of you. Trebuchet is not a bad pickup, because we of course do like loading up on the siege units. Also means you're more valuable to us when there are more siege units. Question now, I think it's mostly how are we feeling about Impenetrable Fog and Clear Weather. We do have one range unit that would be affected by the range nerf. Philippa would not, because she's a hero. So that could perhaps be reason to dump Death Mold. He is a 6 strength unit, which is a little above average for us. So it is a bit of a risk, but maybe we hold on to this just in case our opponent has strong range units. I think we can make this work. We're just going to have to be very mindful when we play these two cards. Let's go. Let's do it. We go first. And the thing about that is that does mean we want to play a little bit conservatively to begin with in case our opponent has a Scorch like we've seen before. It can be a difference maker. Philippa is our highest card, but she's immune to it. So let's play her. Oh. Okay. Well, they do something very similar. Never heard of this guy before. But he's a melee hero. It is now our turn. So, what if... I do kind of like playing the spies early. That way you get the 2 cards back as soon as possible, and then you have as much time as possible to plan about how best to use them. I think we do that here. And then it also means if they do have a Scorch, then they're scorching themselves, not us. And of course we get our worst card, but also one of our best ones there. We'd like to steal that card, actually, if you don't mind. That'd be great. So, question is, do we try to win this round, or do we deliberately pass early and try to take card advantage into rounds 2 and 3? Our opponent is also Northern Realms, so when they win a round, they will also draw a card, and our card advantage will not be as significant as it currently appears to be. Problem is, we don't have too many cards remaining that are good to play by themselves. What I mean by that is, all of our siege cards we ideally want to play together. And we're mostly looking at siege cards here. Outside of that, we have, what? Death Mold. We have this guy here. We do have our medic. And our medic can bring someone back from our graveyard. However, that doesn't work for hero, I don't believe. So that means that perhaps there is reason to play someone like Death Mold. And next time around when we do play, or likely next round, when we do play our medic, then we can get him back. So here, our opponent passed pretty early. That was bold. So just one more card and we will take this round. And that is definitely worthwhile. I think probably play this guy here, because like I was saying, he is our weakest card in theory. It's just enough for us to take this round, so no over-investing in that way. If we do this, we will win this round, draw a card, because we're Northern Realms, so we draw a card when we win a round, so we'll have a slight card advantage here. We will also be able to bring one back with our medic. Perhaps even use our decoy to replay our medic again if we wanted to. And we drew an additional Siege Expert, which is not bad, because we do have our fair share of Siege cards here, as you can see, and they boost all those. So that's pretty nice. They're also typically a good card to play early in case our opponent has Scorch. Relatively safe one to play in that case. Just looking at who we would bring back with the medic, and Death Mold's definitely good to do that with. If we were to play our medic again, then suddenly we'd be looking at bringing this guy back, and that's not a huge deal. So I think let's start with these guys. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves just yet. See what our opponent does. They play their Blue Stripes Commandos. Fortunately, we did spread these out. They played one in round 1, one in round 2, so that means they're not getting the chance to double them up. So, do we bring ours back now with the medic? No, I think let's wait a little bit longer. We want to make it so that our opponent has at least a 5 strength, if not higher strength card, so that if they do Scorch, then they won't be removing the medic. Because if that happens, then we are in trouble. Let's play the medic now that it's a, except it would have been safe, because she's a base 5 strength unit. However, we played both these guys, and these guys will each boost her by 1, so she's going to be 7 right now, so she would still be the high strength unit. Let's also double check. Which leader card are you using? Are there any weather effects? Okay, so in theory, that means Impenetrable Fog is unlikely to be able to last here. It would be the range nerf, which, as of right now, is not really relevant, and if we were to bring back Death Mold, it would actually be a bad thing to have that on. We could proceed to play it and then remove it ourselves if we really wanted to. But anyway, in fact, that is currently the only thing we could do, other than, say, use our leader ability now, that would prevent us from immediately playing a unit that is the strongest on the field. But I think we do it. I think we do it here. We hope our opponent plays something strong. They removed the weather effect, okay. So, surprise, surprise, you got rid of it. And does mean that perhaps this is not going to be terribly valuable to us unless our opponent has, say, a siege nerf, in which case that would be pretty catastrophic, so this would be a game changer. Unfortunately, though, if we were to play the medic now, the medic would still be our strongest card, or the strongest card on the field. I think we actually play the Trebuchet in that case. If the Trebuchet goes down, then we can bring it back with the medic. That's not the end of the world. And it's risky to play the Ballista, because if we play the Ballista, then both the Ballista and the Trebuchet will each have 8 strength If they were to scorch, we'd lose both of them, we'd lose 16. If we play the catapult will be the only card that has 10 strength, because it would also get boosted by 2, so we'd lose 10 strength in total rather than 16 if we played this. So this is the way to go next. I suppose the medic is safe now as well. You have your own medic. How dare you? Oh, so you want to play a spy, huh? Well, perhaps we just steal your spy. We could have saved this, of course, like I was saying, for the medic. But I think the spy is still a little bit better, perhaps? It's close. Those are the two best uses for it, I think. The decoy. Oh, we've not yet seen that card. That'd be a good pickup for us. So, we could medic now. How are we looking in terms of power? We're a little bit behind. We have actually played one more card than our opponent, which is a little bit concerning, but of course if we were to play the spy, then that would get us to draw a few more cards. So, we either do that now, or we start using the medic and bring back someone like Deathmold. I think we do this. See what we get. And we get Commander's Horn, which at the moment is not terribly relevant. Oh, you played a spy in the siege row. He's normally a great one, taller, because he has 1 base strength, and you want your spies to have low base strength. However, we're boosting him by 2, because we have a couple of siege experts. So he's a 3, and then we are, of course, going to double the siege row with our leader ability, so he's going to turn into a 6. So that's not bad. It's something, at least. And I think what we do here is we play the Ballista, and we're basically just waiting for our opponent to try to delete something with a Scorch, because if and when they do, that's when we'll play the medic to make sure we bring it back. And ultimately, Vesemir, you will be the one that we double in the melee row, but this is... tell you what, we might want to keep you in our back pocket, because if we don't win this round, then we are not going to draw any more cards. And then that means we have nothing for round 3. We would automatically lose if we only had, say, a Clear Weather and a Commander's Horn. So, I think what we do now is let's play the medic. It'll allow us to bring back a card. We'll likely choose Deathmold. Either that or we double up now. No, let's use our leader ability. Let's double up now. So we either pass next, if our opponent seems to have no chance. Oh, they Scorch. That's what we were waiting for. Them to use a Scorch. I'm surprised they didn't use it earlier, actually. So, can we still pull off a victory here? So we are, of course, still winning, so that's a good sign. But if we were to go with the medic, we play her, she'd become... not a 5, she'd get +2, 1 from you, 1 from you, so that's 7, then doubled by you, so that's 14. That'd bring us up to 60. We'd use her to bring back the catapult, who would go from an 8 to a 10, then doubled from a 10 to a 20. So we'd be up at 80. That'd be pretty convincing. You might have a second Scorch, in which case, all the more credit to you. But if you have a siege nerf, which would be the other way of making us, or like countering us, we could just proceed to remove it with our Clear Weather. Definitely take this. Bring us up to 80, yep. You might Scorch again, or you might Clear Weather. Okay, that's a throwaway card, seemingly, because it doesn't do anything at the moment. Let's play our melee double. That way, this is... it would be relevant for Vesemir, yes, but at the moment it's doing nothing. The reason why I'm playing that now is because if we need to play Vesemir and save him for round 3, then we do still have him. You have 2 Clear Weathers remaining? Okay, so here's the problem. Right now, we either need to absolutely 100% commit to this round by playing our last card with Strength, that being Vesemir. That will bump us up to 92. And we hope that's enough. But if it's not, then we have nothing for round 3. We automatically lose. We don't have any cards with Strength remaining. Our opponent will draw a card because they'll win this round. Or we just pass this turn, or kill this turn by using Clear Weather, bide our time, That means we do hold on to Vesemir in case we do need him as a security blanket for round 3. But if our opponent turns around and uses a siege nerf with their next card, then we go, oh, well, we would have been able to stop it if we'd play them in the opposite order. So it depends. Basically, if our opponent still has a siege nerf, then we need to hold on to this. If our opponent is somehow still going to be able to win this round, then we need to hold on to you. So I'm gonna bet on you having no more siege nerfs, because you played all of those clear weathers. I'm assuming you would not have played those at the time. I don't know, how many weather effects did you have? We're about to find out. Do you have a siege nerf? You don't. That means we have definitely won. Whatever your 2 cards are at this point, they're not usable for you. So, we'll throw Vesemir down there, and we will win. So there we have it.
Not bad. See you don't have Esterad Tyson in your deck. Here, he's yours.
Oh, that was the hero.
Thanks.
The 10
Know
strength
anyone
unit.
else I could win some cards off of?
I know an elf you might try. Got an excellent card in his deck. You'll find him beyond the city walls, where the Scoia'tael stragglers have their shanty town.
Oh, we know where that is. And yes, confirmed, he was one of the big city players. I'm glad we did get the chance to play him. So if we go to our Gwent deck, I think we will find that, yeah, it's this guy here. One that I was saying, we hadn't seen that name before. So, we can put him in. He is a 10 strength hero. In some regards, the heroes are not always the best cards to have, because you can't double them, you can't boost them in any way, but they are also more defensive in that you can't nerf them in any way. You can't bring them back from your graveyard with the medics, that's another downside, but they do have high base strength, so in some ways, there's something to be said for not completely loading up with them, but I think as of right now, 2 heroes seems fine, and maybe we'll figure out, is 2 the right answer, or is it still okay to throw in 1 more? Have 3? With Esterad there? And who do we get rid of? Make room for him. I mean, we could just add him and have more cards in our deck, which is not a terrible thing. There is extra. What is currently our weakest card? I think it is Zoltan, wherever he is. He's just 5 strength and doesn't have any special abilities. Whereas everyone else of that strength does have something else going on. Where did you go, though? Oh, you're here somewhere. Up there. Yeah. Sorry, Zoltan. I believe you are currently our weakest card, so we need 1 more unit. I assume that the hero counts. Does? Okay. Great. So I think in that case, that is still better because if Zoltan were doubled, he would become 10. And so that means that only if we had a Commander's Horn would Zoltan be as good as this guy. And this guy also can't be nerfed, whereas Zoltan can be nerfed. So in that way, I think this guy is, yes, definitely just an objectively better Zoltan. So in this case, I think that does work in our favor. But if we were to get another hero, we might be a little more hard-pressed to find a way to make room for him in our deck. But that's a concern for a future occasion. Get a little bit of experience from it too. Actually, kind of curious. How are we doing on experience? It's been a while since we last checked. 2/3 of the way to 18. Well, that's not bad. Let's save up, and then I think we'll be heading over to pay Roach a visit. So, like I was saying, I think, we've been talking a long time about eventually wanting to explore the Greater Oxenford area. Question is now the right time to do that? Or do we just beeline it to Roach and leave it at that? No guards. Did notice that. Yes, you could say we know how to disembowel a man, I suppose that's true. So rare for that to be the case right here. There were usually a bunch of guards. Count?
You're not finding
No.
much to do in Novigrad.
Oh, I'm sorry. Other than loot this stuff directly in front of guards, even though they did not seem to notice. Usually they're over here, but apparently not this time. Funny that. Wouldn't have thought that would happen in Novigrad, of all places. So, Did we find a fast travel location closer? Whoa, okay. Apparently there's a grindstone over there. I'm not sure how we found out about it. Roach is still back at the Temerian hideout. Sorry? Didn't realize, you know, by teleporting away from there we were abandoning you. But apparently that was so. That is the closest place we have, I believe, to this spot here. What I'm thinking we do, I'm thinking we meet up with Roach, and maybe we explore directly in the city. But I'm not sure we want to go outside of that just yet, because if we do, we're going to spend a very long time exploring all this stuff. And I do want to do that. It's just that that is, I think, going to end up being its own thing. We're going to have a lot more side quests, I bet, that we're going to run into, and just a lot of ground to cover. So I think that is best saved for a time when we can dedicate ourselves to looking at that more exclusively. Whereas at the moment, we're still kind of trying to wrap everything up in Novigrad itself. So, for that reason, yeah, let's head over to Roach. And I suppose first this Roach, and then the other Roach. We could actually support this spot without getting in the way. Roach, Roach, you're not making this easy. There we go.
You trouble me, Grey Looks.
Well, I'm sorry. Hey, Roach. Hope you enjoyed your break.
Slow now.
So then, now let's place our other marker over here. And it's basically a straight shot south.
Idiot. Slow.
We could follow the pathway, in which case we'd wind around a little bit here and there. Oops. Could, like, do something. Yeah, so if we were to stick to the path, I think we'd wind around a bit. Might run into a little bit more. Well, hard to say. If we go straight south and ignore the roads, then we might be a little bit quicker. I'm curious if there's anything in here. Nope, it's empty. No worries. I think these are all plants that we see fairly often. Just ignore the fact that we charge straight into that bush. Roach is not a fan of sprinting down that. I suppose is a bit understandable. This is interesting. Have we checked out that building? Is that where we were with Lambert before? It might be. No, this is further south than that, right? It is. Okay. Yes, in that case, let's explore. Let's investigate a little bit further. I think this is close enough to our destination that we're not veering too much off the beaten path. It does say Oxenford. Some people over there, yes. We'll talk to them at some point, I'm sure. For now, though, let's just do a quick Witcher sign or Witcher senses check here. See if there's any loot in there. It seems not. Can we go in here? No, we can't. Okay. Nothing else there. And let's just talk a little bit about what we expect to see in Oxenford, right? So, we've heard that it is the area where there's some large university, where it seems as though everyone that we know who has been to some form of, or participated in some form of higher education has gone to said school. We read some books about how Kobir apparently has something similar to that. That is definitely a wyvern that you guys are staring down. Not sure why. But yeah, so bit of a college town, perhaps. Maybe also other highly educated individuals. Oh, it is caged. That's roughly what I'd expect to see here. Whatever comes along with it. Hello, Beast Tamer. This does appear to be its own quest, but I think this is close enough that, sure, let's get it started.
You've got there.
What's a basilisk?
Of course it's interesting. Won't see a beast like this anywhere near here. They spawn only in the wild wastes of Zerrikania.
Pretty sure we've
from
seen one or
eggs
two, though.
laid by cockerels.
You sure about that?
Cockerel eggs, you say?
Yeah, and what cocks they are. Lift their rumps like brood hens to other cocks. Eggs laid by such a cockerel must be brought to hatching by 101 venomous vipers. Then the young basilisk pecks its way out.
You sure about that? Yeah, also pretty sure that's a wyvern. Pretty sure we saw that basilisks were green, generally speaking.
This basilisk is interesting because it looks exactly like a wyvern. Young one, and ill-fed at that.
You talk nonsense, sir. This here's the most truest of basilisks.
Is that so?
Right, what do I know? I'm just a witcher.
It's not like we hunt them for a living or anything.
If that's no basilisk, but some wyvern, what did I pay for? Give me back my coin, cheat.
Brave soldiers, don't push, or it'll... Watch out!
Okay. And in case anyone was wondering, yes, it is a wyvern. Geralt, could you perhaps draw a sword? That might be helpful. None of that. None of that. Wyvern down. See, wyvern hide. Wyvern egg.
The cage was as fake as the basilisk.
Oh, was it all an elaborate ruse? Did the guy run? Or is he still here?
Put away your weapon.
Is this him, or are these just random refugees? These guys like, put away your weapon? I mean, we did just save you from that wyvern, kind of, sort of. Is that over? Or is there more to it? What is this? Oh, that's Heart of Stone. Okay, I was gonna say, what is such a high level there? No? Ooh, we have more stuff with Cleaver that we can do. Interesting. Yeah, there's definitely other stuff that is now available to us that we'll want to check out soon. Let's actually read up on this, make sure that this isn't something that's time sensitive, because of course, Cleaver seems like the kind of guy who doesn't talk much, just wants to take action. And so, if we leave him unattended for a while, then things could change very quickly. So when Geralt entered the Novigrad bathhouse, he happened to walk into a meeting of the heads of the city's criminal underworld. Becoming an unwitting participant in their conversation, he learned of the conflict between the triumvirate made up of the King of Beggars, Siggy Reuven, and Carlo Cleaver Varese on the one hand, and Junior, and the unknown powers backing him on the other, those being Redanians, we've now learned. Cleaver in particular wanted Junior gone, and offered Geralt help in finding and getting to the guy, which suited Geralt's interests. They say hands aplenty make light work, and Geralt had every reason to believe this applied to the gang warfare as much as it did to cleansing a barn, so he graciously accepted the gangster's offer. Did we really? I mean, sort of did. But, okay. So yeah, that also seems like something we're going to want to do soon, actually. Perhaps even, arguably, before we even talk to Roach? Because, of course, this whole main quest is to take care of Junior, and if we do that, then presumably we won't have a way to become best friends with Cleaver, because there'll be no one left for us to fight. So, I know we were just headed over here, but at the same time, it might be best if we were to make sure that we pay Cleaver a visit first, because that seems like that could very well be time sensitive. This is also, and then there are things that are also in this greater Oxenfurt area, but I think we probably do actually want to pass on those for now. Now that we see that we have that option with Cleaver. Now the question is, do we have any fast travel locations, or do we just double back to the Temerian place? We are close to the city, yes, but at the same time, can we get there without running into Roach and perhaps reaching a point of no return? It seems possible that might end up happening. I'm assuming you guys will get very mad at us if we were to take stuff here. But there is a lot of it, so it is somewhat tempting. Fuck. Excuse you. Redania. I think we do it. I think we double back. We check out what Cleaver has going on. Because, yeah, I'm concerned about if we don't do that, then we might not be able to ever do it, because if there's no Junior for us to fight together, then that quest probably ceases to exist. And that means that, well, this might be our only chance to get on Cleaver's good side. Because it does seem like Cheekstra, that stuff's going well with him. This is probably not the best way for us to be going. But, Field Farm. Oh, this is a fast travel location, actually, so that's good. That's helpful. our midway point of sorts between Novigrad and... Okay, well, it's actually a fair distance away from Novigrad, but Novigrad and Oxenford. So, where is Cleaver? Actually, though, hold on. Did we make that our active quest, or did we just talk about it and then not proceed to do that? Yeah, we still have Get Junior on here. Let's make sure we are covering our bases. Let's do Gangs of Novigrad. Talk to Cleaver. He is... Where exactly? Actually, we can just... Instead of looking on the map, let's actually look at the fast travel location so we can instantly teleport there. Near Hierarch Square. I'm interested to see where his hub is. Because, yeah, we've definitely... yeah.
Got my eye on you.
Come on, dude. We just got here. But yeah, because we've definitely seen him a lot. Or at least his people a lot in this area. And we haven't necessarily had any conclusive evidence as to where he is. His base, that is.
How can I be of service?
We can just get loans or convert currencies. I was thinking we picked up our fair share of junk.
Till next time.
Might have been okay for us to sell here. There are definitely other merchants in this area. They might not be out, even now it looks like it's nighttime. There was an area where we saw several of, Cleaver's henchmen, and we suspected that perhaps that was his hub, and I think it was this exact spot, so suspicion perhaps confirmed here. Did they get mad at us? Doesn't seem like it. That limestone wasn't bad. Anything else? Doesn't seem like it. Anything else over here?
Awful pale. Oh,
Meteorite. Also very good.
Oi, cocker!
Alright, let's set in. Got it up. Hello there.
A wee minute, Witcher.
Oh, sorry. Oh!
Now, I'm curious something mighty. How is it you were off the same bloody night Whoreson tried to kill me?
'Twas chance, honest. I was at the brothel. I've witnesses.
I don't doubt you found some witnesses, but I do doubt the bit about chance. Know what? Shite conversation this. So much blethering, we've got nowhere. Lad, you have a chat with him. It's simple. I want to know where Whoreson is.
I've not betrayed you. Not ever.
Oh, well...
No! No!
Not sure you will anymore. Pretty sure that was a limb that they just lopped off. Not gonna lie, at first I thought it was his head, then I heard him still speaking and figured that must not be the case. But your eyes. Eyes were different. That was a Doppler, I'm pretty sure.
What brings you here?
Pretty sure that's a Doppler eavesdropping on us right now. So bear that in mind as we are having this conversation. Started looking for Junior on my own. How's your search for Junior going? Let's start with this.
Your search for Junior. Any luck?
Tomorrow at the latest, the bugger will be pushing up daisies. Care to join the hunt?
Not interested in your squabbles.
Oh? Okay. Apparently not. Think over Cleaver's offer to help you find Junior. I'm surprised that Geralt seemed to just automatically say, no, absolutely not. Think over Cleaver's offer. Help you find Junior. Would have expected at least some other prompt. Can we... Hold on a second. Oh, I suppose we can check and take this stuff, because silver's not bad. Certainly not bad. But... Oh, I actually meant to loot that stuff.
Greetings.
What brings you here?
So is it just by taking this option that's basically the, oh, we don't want to do this with you? This is the, yes, we do? Which is strange, because obviously our main quest is tracking down Junior, but at the same time, this is a side quest. So what I don't get is, to what extent do... I mean, obviously, they're about the same person, but to what extent do they affect one another? Like, what I'm concerned about is, if we were to side with Cleaver here, does that mess with what we're doing with the Jeek store right now? Because it seems like we have a lot of momentum there. We do have a lot of good information. We're building a rapport. with Cheekstra, and so I don't want to mess with that. But at the same time, I don't want to miss out on potentially befriending Cleaver. So, kind of want to have the best of both worlds, and maybe we can't have our cake and eat it too, but maybe we at least give this a shot.
Already looking.
Worst comes to worst, we turn him down after the
Shame you
fact.
didn't come see me first. I'd have helped you.
Not interested in your squabbles.
Oh, still no, though. No matter what, it seems. Strange. No matter what we pick, we can't actually help him. So maybe when we were doing the main quest, some of the things that we opted to say made it such that we sided with Dijkstra rather than Cleaver. Maybe on a future occasion we'll have the chance to take him up on this offer. We've at least checked in. So I like that we do have that, so that maybe on a future occasion he'll be like, hey, by the way, I know we talked about this before and you didn't say yes, but now it's go big or go home. We gotta do this now or it's never gonna happen. And if you have talked to him, then maybe he'll say like, yes, that's an option. Whereas if you completely ignore him, then he'll say, why would I ever want to work with you? Because you clearly have no interest in working with me. So I guess for now we just move on and continue trying to track down Junior with Dijkstra and Roach. And maybe Cleaver will get involved later on and we'll be able to take him up on the offer then. Because there's no way to do it now, it seems. Unless, like I said, I was suspicious of this guy here.
What is it, Grey Boy? Looking for adventure? Shut off, Osman.
Can't talk to him specifically about much, though. Was still some loot in here. Like I said, that was actually what I wanted to do before, was loot this. Not talk to Cleaver. Just go hide, but still. And it then over in this direction? Doesn't seem like it. Okay. So, let's head back, in that case. Oh, that's still gonna be this guy here. Vivaldi. Wow, he is really close to the square. It is bold to set up shop like that. So, let us, in that case, yeah, go back to Oxenford after all, I suppose. Glad that we at least confirmed that, well, once again, we left Roach here. We at least confirmed that there's not much we can do with Cleaver for now. And maybe we kept our options open by at least checking in with him. That's the hope. So, now we will check back in with Roach. See how he's doing. And in theory, he should be right around here, right? Saw these guys, but I thought the marker was just on the other side of this bridge. So, we could poke our heads over here. How big is this little town here? Is this actually a town, or is it just a couple of houses? It looks like it's just a couple of houses, so let's poke our heads in. Actually, a sign? And that was just extinguished, I'm pretty sure. Wondering if we could get any additional information. Bear in mind, there are some guards not so far away from here, so theoretically possible that they could have seen us there. Just delaying a little bit that looting. No, hold on. There we go. More dumplings. One day, dumpling dude. We'll make you proud. Hello, Redanians. Oh, are you actually fully in Oxenford, you Redanians? We obviously see a lot of them there. We saw a lot of them in Velen as well. Silver ingot, that's nice. But yeah, I wonder if this is the direction from which you're advancing. I think this is the general direction of Verdania, so that would make some sense. Ooh. More honeysuckle, or honeycomb. You guys were saying this is actually a good thing to sell. And it back in White Orchard is actually the best place to sell it. And so at some point in time, we will go back there because I think that we do still have some Gwent cards that we need to purchase from someone. And so maybe we will sell all of our honeycomb at that point in time. Because I think we have... I don't know if we've sold any at this point. Probably at least a little bit. But could have a pretty significant amount, I would think. Ooh, Arenaria. That's pretty rare. There's more of it. So, don't mind if I do. We've had to purchase that on several occasions. So, yeah, let's actually make a point of picking it up. I thought these were just going to be white myrtle petals. Those are extremely common. We have more of those than we'll ever need. Urbania's... Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, we're getting lots of good herbs in that case. Hold on. I know there were a bunch over here, too. This is actually much more significant than I thought it was going to be. On fiber net, that less so. But, yeah, that's the white myrtle. That's what I was expecting for us to find. And we can actually see on the map what kind of plants they are, but most of the time it's not relevant enough for us to make a point of looking, I don't think. Let's not deviate too far from the road here, or at least from our target destination, but there we go, a little bit of extra, somewhat valuable, at least somewhat rare, at this stage in the game, herbs, so that's nice. Like I said, we've purchased a lot of them from shops, so it may be that we've, because of that, been able to craft most of the potions that we would otherwise be able to make with them. At this point, there might not be too many things left, but at the very least, good to have them stockpiled here.